Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Dina and today I'm here with you for another yarn talk video. And as always, we cannot talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea here, which today is just a lovely black tea with a flavor of lemon. That said, I did add a small spoon of honey to it because as you know, I've kind of been down under the weather and had a pretty serious cold. And today I still have a little bit of a feeling to my ears. Generally, I'm feeling a lot better and I feel fit, but it's just, this kind of, am I 100% okay? Or kind of feeling. I think I'm all right. And just to make sure that it's going to be fine, I'm always add a bit of extra honey. Honey seems to have some amazing properties when it comes to healing our bodies, at least. There must be a reason why they have for years always recommend adding a spoon of honey if you're having a cold to your hot drinks. So yeah, I have my lovely neutral lemon is also good, tea with a little bit of honey in it. That said, there is really a lot of things that we have to go through today, because obviously you haven't heard from me for 2 weeks, for a real update, except for what I just posted on my community feed. And for those that still been supporting and watching various videos of mine, even though while I have been away, thank you so much. And also thank you to everybody for their kind wishes for my health and for my recovery. I am doing well, or at least I'm doing a lot better. But that said, I've managed to finish one item. I'm getting closer to finish another item. I started on one item and I have a few other items, plus I have a project I need to start on to make sure I have it done for Christmas. So we do have things to go through today, but before we go through that, you might already question yourself, what is it that I'm wearing here? As you can see, it is a crochet piece. And this is the poncho that I made last autumn. And I did post the tutorial for it this spring. And this is the Happiness poncho, which is made in a lovely, the hobby twister yarn. So it's 55% cotton and 45% acrylics, in a very lovely variegated version. And of course, if you're interested in that tutorial, I will link to that tutorial both in the description box here down below, but also make sure that there is a video link to it with a link here up, or I think up there, right? That you will be able to click on at the end of this video if you would like to watch the tutorial, should you be interested in making a poncho like this. It is absolutely, at least I think so. I do really enjoy it. It's lovely colors and the way I was able to make it. It's made from a free hobby pattern, but I made a tutorial for it because there are people that prefer tutorials opposed to reading patterns, and that's why I decided to make the tutorial. So let's get on to what I've done. And the first thing I managed to do was to finish the summer hat and blocked it. So right now it is still on the blocking mat, but I should probably take it off. But right now it looks like this on my piece of blocking here. It was a bit like, I spray blocked this one. So I didn't wash it in that sense. I just gave it a really good mist. And then in here, I have a bowl, a plastic bowl, that seemed to be the perfect size for it, more or less. The height could probably have been a slight bit better, but that's all right. So I'm actually suggesting that we should take it off this mat right now, because we're here together, right? And it is dry. It's actually been waiting for a day or two. But I thought maybe that would be kind of nice to do together. That said, I am challenged because this hat is a slightly bit too small for me. So either I need to find somebody who wants it, or I might consider selling it, because because it's just slightly ever so small for me, I'm not gonna be using it because it's not looking that nice. That was the quick feeling I had. And that sucks a bit because I didn't make it with that intent. But honestly, there will be somebody that will be happy to get it, I'm sure. So as you can see, there's a bowl here inside and it had the perfect fit. So I'm just putting away my mat and then try and match in here a lovely head under. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. Now we can actually also get the right shape here because the bowl has lovely round edges. I think it's gorgeous. So what is the result of this is that once I understood the concept behind the brim pattern here, it was actually quite easy to make, I think. And I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. And I'm probably gonna make a bigger one, I think. The real question is if I'm a person that's going to wear hats enough to warrant it. I ended up, so I bought 4 skeins to make it, and I think it says it takes 3 to 4 skeins. I actually only used 2.5 skeins. So I don't need to buy, like, I could probably just stick to buying 2 skeins and hope that the dye lot matches up and you can't see the color differences. And then I could probably still make a really, really nice hat, or I can use those skeins for something else. I do have other yarn or other colors in those skeins for something else. What I also could see is maybe mixing this up nicely and maybe making like a color brim down here before going into the brim. So it just has this round edging, or a stripy version, or just brim in a different color. You know, the ideas here are endless. What I do know is that when it comes to the collection here, I think that I would personally do it in another way than following the pattern next time around. As in because here they say basically 3 double crochets and then, you know, slip stitch into the top chain and so on. But the 3 double crochets for me seems to be leaving this kind of a gap. So I could probably do like 2 double crochets, or maybe before I make the next stitch of the chain 3 instead, I could maybe do a chain 1 and then a double crochet to have the height built already from the chain 1. That will be something I have to consider for any new future projects, and that's the only thing that I'm not 100% keen on, because this could have been made slight bit neater, but at the same time people get to understand that it has to be collected at some place. But I think that's the only thing I would probably change from this pattern. As always, of course, there's a link to the pattern in the description box down below, and I have to say I do really enjoy it. It's quite nice. I think it's it's a really, really nice, neat result. Oops. And that was the bowl. For those that wants to see it without. Funny enough that you have something that fits so perfectly. So that was the Country Girl summer hat that I did actually, and I had it done last weekend, like finished up. Blocked I did during this week when I was sick. But I had it finished up and ready to show you guys last week, Monday, and then I woke up sick. That sucks. But, so, then I'm also busy on my baby blanket in the shell stitch, and it is, I think, progressing pretty well, to be honest. I have, and that's also progress from like 2 weeks. I did not crochet an awful lot while I was sick, because obviously I spent time sleeping. This is where I started last week, which was, let's see, this is the start of the round. Okay, I need to flip it around actually to kind of follow it. I do have some ends I need to weave in. Actually, these ends are probably good now to be woven in, because they are a couple of rounds ago. I just always keep them for a few rounds to make sure that the round's looking good, and that I'm not missing a V-stitch somewhere or whatever, because it really sucks to having to unflock it all and then to try unflock ends that you have woven in. I'm speaking from experience. While I'm a big fan and advocate of weaving in as you go, only do it when you know for sure that what you have done is 100% perfect and that you're satisfied with it. Because trying to unravel a frock work where a part of that work you're frocking contains the ends you've woven in really sucks. At least if you weave in like me. Apparently I'm very good at crisscrossing and making sure this doesn't get apart. I almost need a scissor every time, and I'd rather have to use less weaving ends because I can keep a yarn as a whole. So I just learned to rather go a few rounds extra and make sure that it's all right. But I'm getting to the phase where I can actually weave in these ends, but please ignore the ends. So this is the start of the round marker I have. And last time I had started and had gotten far enough to make the first row of shell stitches to this blue marker. And what I have done is that I finished the whole round of shell stitches. Then I made a new round of V-stitches to prepare for a second round of wave for the shells. And you can see here that this is the second round that's coming up here. And I have the whole side here done on round 2. And this is how far I am on the second side on round 2 of the shell stitches. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to make 3 rounds in total. So this is like the beginning of the edge. I'll make one more round here on. And then I think I am going to make 2, maybe 3, but I think 2 round of white, just to kind of like finalize that round. And here's the yarn I'm using. It is a pull skein, but I'm using it from the outside because this pull skein was really a nightmare to get started on, and it was so messy that it took me more energy to attempt using the pull skein as a pull skein. So I ended up taking it from the outside because I could somehow easier control the yarn then. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how I did. So that's basically what's going on with this. And given that this is one full side that's more or less complete, you can see it is really getting some decent length. I will need to block this once I'm done, and once I'm done I think we are also pretty close to this meter by meter. So it is a reasonably large sized baby blanket, but honestly it's also kind of nice just to, you know, it can go a little bit longer with the child. At least that's what I'm telling myself. I'm not still sure who's going to end up getting this or what I'm going to do with it, but you know, it's made with love, that's for sure. It's definitely made with love. So we also still have my Oasis cardigan, which is laying dormant, and it's still laying dormant because I am not completely sure how to proceed. It could be that my Oasis cardigan might keep resting until like Christmas. I haven't fully decided what's going to happen with it. I might bring it with me home, or I might just see if I can do it over phone with my mom. But I think it comes down to, I might need to talk to someone about how they think I can best proceed to prevent me needing to unravel more. Why is this like, you know, I'm using the Drops Baby Merino yarn for it, and I'm really enjoying working in the yarn. And you can also easily unravel it, let's say twice maybe, but on the third time it really starts like kind of easier splitting, and you know, and I'm not a fan of unraveling in general, but it's a gorgeous yarn. It's 100% merino. It's 50 grams, so that's 1.75 ounces, 275 meters, which is about 190 yards. Absolutely gorgeous feeling, by the way. I love it. And this is kind of where we are. My problem is here with the arm gaps and understanding how to proceed with the pattern in the arm gaps. I might need to unravel some, and we are at a standstill. Let's keep it like that. I'm a little bit of a standstill still, and I'm still completely thinking about how I best can proceed. I haven't given up. I'm just not working on it right now because I need to make sure that what I'm doing is the right way. Maybe I need to read the pattern in Danish and in English. Maybe in Dutch, though I don't really read patterns very well in Dutch. But sometimes translations give different meanings in different languages, and sometimes reading it in another language can help you understand what is meant. But it's just been deprioritized a bit because it's not running as smoothly as I thought, but I've not given up. I have the yarn, I am gonna finish it. The question is just when. And a part of it is of course also due to, I have a bunch of other projects that I'm working on. So while I finished my summer hat and my baby blanket is getting closer to finish, I do also have other projects that I'm working on. And one of the projects that I am working on but hasn't seen any progress, mainly because I've been sick. And I hope this week to continue recording for my tutorial. And because I haven't been able to process the recording and therefore also progress on the project, I've not made any progress on the shawl itself, and I need the shawl itself to be finished before I can finish the tutorial. The good thing is there will be a place in this tutorial where it's only about cranking out the rounds, and when I'm there, editing can easily be done, so it's more or less ready for the last few recordings, and then it's pretty close to be posted. I still have a subconscious dream of having this done before Christmas. If it's gonna succeed, I don't know. Especially now with being sick. It kind of depends on how much I can reach to get done this week. But the leafy shawl tutorial, you saw me making a leafy shawl this summer, and I decided to make a tutorial from it, and this I'm doing with the twister from Zen Garden. And so while I haven't really done much because this is really the bare first few rounds, I am going to show you the absolutely gorgeous yarn. I'm working from the outside towards the inside, so you will have the top layer of the west basically starting with the green, and then it goes more and more faded. And what I like is this really is like autumn. I like colors where you have this feeling of it's summer going into kind of autumn. I really love this colorway. I think it's gorgeous. And I'm realizing how much this colorway matches me. Like, here are some eyes. I think it's absolutely freaking gorgeous. So once I am at a place where I can crank out the rounds, that's gonna definitely get a priority note for me. But until I'm so far that I can do it, it's not progressing as fast. And yeah, it's mainly due to have been sick and due to other things in real life that's basically kept me on a hold back. And that's a thing. I don't make a living, obviously, from being on YouTube. This is something I enjoy, and it's something I like to share with you guys. And it's about having fun, mainly. It's about me having a place to share my hobby and to enjoy. But yeah, so I started a new project, and I have a project that I want to have done before Christmas, and that's something that has to be done because they're going to be Christmas presents. Let's just talk about those. And the project that I started is a Lovey, and it's made in this absolutely super soft yarn from GoHandmade, and it is the Boheme Velvet Fine. So I will just have the label here because I actually already started, and I did that because I was laying this week and I was like, I need to start on something small, something simple. And here it is. This is this color that's behind this label. It is definitely a super fine velvet yarn because and it's super soft. It's really, oh my goodness, I'm getting all like taken away. It's called Raspberry, this colorway, and it is 100% polyester. And you can wash it at 40 degrees, so that's 104 Fahrenheit. Lay flat to dry, can't be dry cleaned. Don't dry it in the dryer. Don't iron it. It's 50 grams, so 1.75 ounces to 190 meters. So that's like 220 yards, a bit less, 215 maybe. So that's pretty thin for a velvet yarn. They recommend needles of 2.5 to 3.5 millimeters. I have been crocheting pieces for the bare Lovey part in a 3 millimeter, and I am crocheting the Lovey part in a 3.5 millimeter. So I still need to sew it together, but here's the face expression of the bear. So we have the nose with 2 eyes. I did a little bit, as you can see, shape the head slightly with some yarn. Then I have 2 ears I need to sew on. And I'm not really sure, well, I haven't done it yet, but a part of me is also like, I need to make sure that everything's right. I need to get some pins actually, so I can easily pin it in place. So that would be the ears. And I have, of course, 2 ears. So, but you can't really see it yet because they're not pinned in place. But you get the concept, right? Like if I do like this, we'll have some ears. Then I have 2 arms to go underneath, so that we do get a bare Lovey. And then of course we have this lovely cloth underneath, and I was crocheting and I was crocheting and I was crocheting, and then I realized that I had made some mistakes. So this is kind of the original part of it. And let's see if I can actually find the mistakes. Should be able to. Yeah. You can barely see them, but it's not going straight with how it goes to the sides. So in each corner, there are 6 corners, it's a hexagon. There is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet inside the chain gap, and apparently I very clearly missed it here somewhere. You can barely see it. This yarn, don't unravel it because you will destroy the velvet of it. I decided, okay, I took my yarn, I was gonna measure it because this is not far from done, huh? It just needs like a few more rounds. So I decided, okay, I'll take my velvet yarn, I'll weigh it. And given that with everything I'd made, I still had more than 50% of my skein left, I know that I have enough to make a brand new. So that's what I did. And I put stitch markers in to make sure that I won't make the same mistake. I've done about five or 6 rounds here, and I need to do another many. And then of course the goal is to, once done, let's just take this one for the easier showing. Once done, I will sew the bear on top here with its ears and paws, and you will have a very soft, squishy Lovey. And this, they call raspberry color. Not sure if I would call it raspberry myself, but it is so soft. I think it's wonderful. What am I gonna do with this that's failed? I don't know actually. Maybe I would give it away, or maybe I would just cut it up and use it for filling, stuffing. It's not gonna be unraveled and work very well unraveled. So that's what I'm actually working on, like in the sense of it's been nice and it's like a small fun project. It's this lovely, small, tiny Lovey that I need to sew together eventually and just finish up. When that's done, I don't know. It's a nice little fun project that doesn't take up much space. Because the baby blanket, it really fills up. Like when I'm sitting with it, it's like having an extra blanket on it, and Sometimes it's nice to have a small project which you can fiddle with which does just not take up that much space. So that's one of the reasons I started on it. And yeah, then I have a project for Christmas. And the project for Christmas is making 2 unicorns. Sorry. And I'm going to make these 2 unicorns as Christmas presents for my cousin's daughters. Hoping that they are watching this, but I don't think they are. They aren't that old yet. The benefit here is that their favorite colors are different. And that means that I can, so I asked my cousin, so hey, what's their favorite colors? And the one is baby blue and the other one is baby pink or pink. Which is perfect because then I can make them different and yet the same. So what I'm gonna do is, I was debating if I should make them with baby pink and baby blue bodies, or if I should make the bodies white, to kind of differentiate them. I now decided to make both of their bodies white, so I will be using this honey bunny yarn from Hobby, where I have enough skeins to make 2 unicorns in a very bright lovely white. And this is also so very soft. All into these plushy yarns these days. They are really soft. And I will then make the mane and tail in the baby blue. I'll make the baby blue, and I will probably put a stripe of a bit darker blue, but mainly this one, and then maybe 1 or 2 main locks of a bit brighter. And for the pink, I will have the baby pink for a mane, and then maybe a bright stripe or 2 of this somewhat more pink. So that's it. And I do believe it's like maybe 3 skeins per unicorn. And then they also need a horn because it's unicorns and horns. And I will be using this purple, this yellow. It's like a corn yellow for the horn, and to make sure it has this extra shine and sparkle, because of course we are talking about girls and we are talking about unicorns being magical beasts. They will get this thread of a gold woven into them to kind of help this shine of the horn, because that is the magical part. I also have some eyes that I got, and I do have eyes in both red and blue. That will be absolutely perfect. So while the pattern I've found calls for the eye to be crocheted, I'd rather use a safety eye in the right colors, and I do have safety eyes. I do believe in the right size. I will find out. That's the only thing I haven't found to show you guys. But I have safety eyes where the iris will be either blue or red, or pink, I think, maybe blue or pink. That could also be. I'll have to find out, but I'm definitely having 2 different colors of safety eyes that would fit absolutely fine with this. And I do have different sizes of them. So I do believe that I will be able to find the right eyes to use for this project. So, but I need this done before Christmas, because obviously we will celebrate Christmas together, and I want to have them to be ready. What is that my plan is to make one like once a month. So like for October, I want to have one finished. So before end of October, one should be finished. And before the end of November. That's plenty of time before Christmas, yes, but I'm generally quite busy in December. So to make sure I really do have the time to finish them all, that's kind of the deadline I'm setting myself. So I can imagine the coming time will be a focus on getting that leafy shawl on the hook and get it done, because we've talked about this for months and life has just been in the way, in the sense of health has been in the way, and then I didn't have the right equipment and everything, but I still want to make it, and I am gonna make it. It's just a bit delayed. Life happens and everybody understands, and that's so wonderful. Actually, that's why I love you guys. I really love you guys. I really love this way of being able to share our hobby and our crafts via YouTube and this community that is around it. And you're also lovely people in the sense of how you're wishing things and the tips you're giving when I'm getting stuck, because I'm not perfect, right? I just started crocheting in like a year and a half ago-ish or so. And while I'm really making complex things, that doesn't mean I'm perfect. And I sometimes still run into roadblocks. My Oasis shawl, my Oasis cardigan is a really good example. I still run into roadblocks once in a while, but I still want to make this. But this has to take priority together with my shawl. So once that's recorded, I will work very hard on getting that done. And of course my unicorns, and that's pretty much the prayer focus points here. Of course, I will also want to get the baby blanket done because I do have other projects that I want to start on. I have one of these, I have another blanket that I want to start on, not that I really want to make blankets, but I purchased one of those mosaic patterns, which is going to be absolutely gorgeous, and I want to start on that as my next blanket project, but that's going to be like, maybe if I'm done in a year, I'll be happy. And I've never done mosaic crochet before either, so that's definitely going to be a challenge for me. But that's the next blanket I want to start on. And we'll talk about that once my baby blanket is finished, which, looking at the pace I'm making and everything has to get purchased, it might take another month before it's done. I don't know. We will have to see. It's still the project that I work mindlessly on when I'm watching TV with my partner and it's not too warm outside. I think that's pretty much it. I can also hear on my nose that I'm slowly clocking up again, so I probably need to wrap up this video. And thank you for tuning in for the watch, and thank you for your so ever much support. I will be back on Thursday with a new giveaway video. So click it for that. And of course, on Friday, I am back with a new yarn haul video for you guys to enjoy. So until I see you again, at least I will see you again on Thursday. Take care and happy crafting. Bye.